This is Bob on Sunday, March. Actually, I'm taping the one for Sunday. My family's telling me that it's actually Monday, which it is. But I'm taping this for the Sunday that went by like a jet plane. And the word yesterday was law, and I'm taping it for today. Law, and the law. In the Old Testament, God had laws, and I'm trying to get through to my kids right now who are, Dad told me that you can't cut your hair, and that if you step on a squirrel, you gotta sacrifice a sheep, and I'm like, yeah, okay, great, but that's all Old Testament, and the New Testament is different, and God was questioned, Jesus was questioned, and they were trying to trick him. They go, oh yeah, old man, we got you. Remember the bird in the hand, you know? So they said, Jesus, what's the greatest commandment? They figure they're going to trap him because he's going to say, well, I think it's don't step on the weasel when you're going to the prayer service at the old temple. They thought they were going to trick him. But Jesus was very simple. He just said that all the law and the prophets are summed up by this, that you love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your mind, your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. So that's really what we're trying to do, is to do those two things always in every way. So the law. On Friday, I think I already talked to you, and on Friday, wait a second. We got kind of a scare because of a miscommunication from a person in some kind of authority. And we were really convinced. We just thought, wow, you know. So we've been going with that for days. Well, today we went in and we talked to the people at the House of the Law, at the Superior Courthouse, and we found out that it was a big misunderstanding. There was nothing at all that I thought. Everything was just, and of course, you're funny because this is making up for Sunday, so you're kind of getting a double here. But we actually went to the courthouse and we checked in, and they said, well, there's nothing here, and go next door, and then somebody said go to the third floor, and then we went over to the police department, and we did everything, and there was nothing. It was all nothing. So then we said, okay, we're going to try again with the officer to try to get back into Casa del Green, and so then the officer, he was like, well, I can't do nothing. It's a it's a civil matter. And here comes the cops right next to us. Here we go. So, no, this is, I guess it is a cop. Let's see. It's a cop in a short sleeve shirt. Hope he doesn't fall. Poor little fella. So we obeyed the law, and I'm getting heckled from my family tonight for, why did you go on in, just go and take the bull by the horns. But the thing is, there's funny laws everywhere, and I'd rather stay well out of danger. I'm not a scaredy cat, but I am a scaredy cat. I think it's the Bible says in Proverbs that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So I always want to be, on the cautious side, and so we've done the right thing. So now I feel very bold because I've done everything I can do to be a nice guy, and I found out that camper is not doing what he says he's going to do, and I don't know why I'm so surprised. The eviction process is happening, which is awesome. I just talked to my brother Tim, and he sent me a letter, and whoa, the wonders of technology. He's way out of town. And so he sent me a letter, though, all signed, sealed, delivered. So I sent it off to the attorneys, and they're going to print it, and so we're on our way. But the law, you have to stop with the stop signs. You can't throw litter out. There's all kinds of laws in every community, and every community is a little bit different. In some communities, it's okay to run around with a top on. The third world countries, they don't have a problem with that. Some places in Europe, it's no problem with that. But of course, the United States, I mean, no, you wouldn't do that. In Orange County, we're in the carpool lane right now. In Orange County, you can go in and out of the carpool lane anytime you want. That's the law. They make it real easy cheesy. Here in Pasadena, Monrovia, Arcadia, Duarte, Glendora, Azusa, you better not cross that double-double. You're going to be getting a $400 and some ticket. So the law is different. Some houses, you can't wear shoes. I don't care if you're the governor. You don't wear your shoes in the house. Some houses, they don't. It's not such a big deal. So there are laws, there are traditions, and of course God's law is the most important one. And I want to be sure that I'm obedient to what God has told me to do, and to do the basics of the Bible. Do the basics of the Bible. Make sure that we follow and of course the Bible says that we need to be submitted to the authorities that be. So if the police officer says that to do something, I'm going to do it. If I see a red light in my rearview mirror, which I don't, I see all the red lights ahead of me, but I see a red light in my rearview mirror, then I'm going to make sure that I stop right away. I'm going to pull over. I'm going to be real careful. My brother Tim, he said that when you're passing someone in the carpool lane, that it's important not to go too fast. So, my family's having a good time. They're playing a little game there. So, and only we'll know. Only Memorex will know. So, but my brother Tim says if you're in the carpool lane, you shouldn't be passing someone at like 50 miles an hour faster than they're going, because there's safety factors involved. There's rules and laws about how to sell cars. There's rules and laws about almost anything. So that's why we have lawyers, because lawyers, as they might say, they know. I have lawyers involved right now. I have a guy that is taking care of the civil matters that have to do with the home, and outlining everything out. There's lawyers that are involved in the eviction process. There's the police department. There's the sergeants, the lieutenants. There's all the different people that are involved with our community, and we need to pray for the authority. That's what the Bible says. Pray for those who are in authority. Pray for those who are in charge. All right, well, I'm going to have to continue on, but I did want to just encourage you that the law is not a bad thing. If there's a law that says curse God and you can't be a Christian, well, obviously you have to be disobedient to that law. There's some countries that actually have those kind of laws where you can't be a believer. It's just against the law. But of course, in our country, United States, so far that's not the case. Although I heard.
No, Donald Trump.
Right. Although I heard that there are, if things go so far to one side, that people who are studying the Bible, they might be accused of being, haters. It's a hate group because the Bible doesn't allow certain things. So because they don't allow certain things, and society says it's okay, then the people could be really considered breaking the law by meeting and studying the Bible. And that would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? But that gets into kind of a gray area. Most of the time, pay your taxes, do the speed limit, stop at the stop signs, put your signal outs for right and left. Make sure you get married. Make sure that you take care of your children. You don't go to the store and take things and then run out. Look at me, I got free things. Unless you won the lotto or something. Look at me, I got a free shopping spree. That'd be different. Okay, any questions? You have a question? All right. Yeah, we don't live on the base of law. We do live on the base of grace now. Grace is the thing. So even if we mess up, we live by grace. That means that if we mess up, the Lord said that we can be forgiven, not just 7 times or 49 times or 189 times, but endlessly forgiving. And that doesn't mean, of course, that I had a family member who called me yesterday, and this family member is a young lady, and she married this pretty vicious, violent man, and he has beaten her many times, but she never turns him in. It's just horrible. And then I had another relative that went over there, and he hit her and put her against the wall, and so she called the sheriff, and it's just like the insanity over there is just bizarre. And then another family member kept getting calls from the same abusing man, and he was getting headaches, he even passed out. So and the people who talk, I said like an inside conversation here, because I know that when my relative sees this Devo, they're going to be like, hey, we're on the Devo. But I'm not going to mention any names. But so my relative told the older relative, said, well, just don't answer the phone. And so the old guy said, don't answer the phone? Okay. So then he called back to, man, I feel so much better. And I'm like, well, yeah, you don't have to hear that maniac calling up. And so there's pretty easy answers. And then the answer, of course, for this errant renter is that I've studied it from every angle. And now I don't have to be concerned at all. The guy can yell, he can scream, he can do whatever he wants to do, but there's nothing he can really do. There's no way that, and I should wear a body camera. That's what the officer said. So I have a body cam. I have a GoPro. So I'll make sure I have that on my chest, chest level, and it will record everything I do, and that'll take care of that. So then, if there's anything nefarious or anything crazy that goes on, then that's what I can do. And then as far as the damage to the Casa del Green, when I get done with the eviction process, apparently there's another step I can take, and I can pay a few more dollars, and they're going to get back all the money. So that would be all the rent money, all the damage money, all my time I've been spending, all these hours. It cost me a lot of money to do all these hours. So all that will be coming back. And they can just put a retainer or what's it called? A deal on the paycheck, So he'll be losing money there. A garnishment. That's right. Good. Thank you, family member. Garnishment. Yeah, they'll put a garnishment on his monthly deal there. So I don't have to worry too much, And it's a sad thing, really. It's the saddest thing in the world to me that someone would choose to live a life of nefarious living and live a life of being mean to people and beating people up and verbally or otherwise. We got to pray for these people, because it's just shameful that someone would think that that's a good way to live. It's terrible. How could someone ever think that that's good? It's really a confused, mixed up world when evil is considered good and good is considered evil, and people look for your vulnerabilities and you got a loose tooth. You're a loose tooth. You're Mr. Loose Tooth. You've probably been biting people because you actually got a loose tooth. It's like, really? I mean, that's just sad, picking on people's weaknesses. Even the really good police officers, like, remember Andy Griffith? Do you remember that? Andy Griffith, he was a great guy. And then Barney Fife, his comedic sidekick. And then the old guy and the drunk guy that go in there every night. And he had the key and take a nap. They had quite a character there. But a lot of times, Andy Griffith would be very, very gracious with people. And he was long-suffering and patient. But then there was that guy that was running the still, and he didn't have any patience for him. When it came to real criminals, Andy was able to discern and be real strong. So we want to, of course, do our very, very best to be strong. All right, well, Lord bless you. I pray you have a good day. I don't have any announcements about the next potluck, but if you want to get together and have a lunch, dinner, or breakfast, let me know. I'm out in the LA area all the time. And I have one brother that is always inviting me over for dinner. Well, the pot roast to be ready 8 o'clock, so come on down. And so, I'll stop by there and have a little dinner. Pray that the Casa del Green sale goes through without a hitch. Pray that this errant camper will just take off and fly away. And pray that the eviction process goes smoothly. There was a little hitch today. I'm going to call back right now and find out if I got that glitch fixed. And that's it. All right. Until next time, this is Pastor Bob coming to you live going eastbound on the 210 at the 57. Until tomorrow, God bless. Bye-bye.